Hey Aussie gamers, and to everyone that loves video games and things alike, this is the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. Born and bred within the land of opportunity and slow, overpriced internet. For news, reviews, and video game related fun, keep listening along with your hosts, Lucas and Red. This is episode 161, and today is Monday the 27th of February 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host Lucas, and here with me is my very good friend and co-host Red. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me, even though it's on my phone because of stupid Tasmanian internet.
Yeah, see, nobody needs to know. You don't sound any different.
Oh, it's good for a chuckle. Yeah, let's laugh at Red. He fucking got shit internet. Glad I'm not Red. Yeah, I'm glad you're not me either.
Yes, but we don't judge you by your internet speed. If we did that, you'd be in the gutter and I'd be kicking you and urinating on you.
Well, every time I see a screenshot of your speeds, that's what you are doing.
But only metaphorically.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, at least you could do is wear on me, then I'll be warm. But anyway, we digress.
That's a strange way to start a podcast. But anyway, before we start, here's this week's show in preview. First up, we'll have video game discussion, then we'll do video game news, and in this week's news, we've got Nintendo Switch game download sizes. Got a weird accent there, I tried to save a stuff up. But I'm going to keep going. Dead Rising coming to Steam and Nioh to gain PvP. Then after the news we'll do What's That Sound, then Red's Shout, then some last words, and we will finish the show for another week. So we'll do video game discussion, and Red, tell us all about what you've been playing.
Oh, well, not so much playing, but I've got a little mini announcement to make. Back in the day, when we were playing The Witcher, I got Blood and Wine, got a code for Blood and Wine. It's like, I'm not going to play that until I get Hearts of Stone, So,
right.
I finished my initial playthrough, and my second playthrough really. I didn't finish it the first time round. I finished it the second time round, and all the mission markers popped up to go do the DLC, and I'm like, no, I really want to do Hearts of Stone before I do Blood and Wine, because Blood and Wine's a new map, a bigger area, and everything like that. And so it got deleted because I own it digitally, and it's only 3.5 terabytes to download each time, so it had to wait till the new hard drive come through. So I've been downloading that for days now. You did say about my internet speeds at the start of the show, so the only thing is when the internet cuts out, like my modem cuts out, because that's the main problem at the moment, it'll stop the download, but even though the PlayStation recognises the fact that the internet's back, it won't start the download again, if you know what I mean. Just put your X through it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking gay. But anyway, I picked up Hearts of Stone this week for $7 on the store, which was really, really cool. So you had to put $10 on there. So I've got the For Honor dynamic wallpaper and Hearts of Stone. So I was very happy with that. So that's been downloading. I've got all the DLCs downloaded, all the free DLCs. I've got the start of the first 30 gig of The Witcher downloaded, which is like the launch data. Mm-hmm. So I could probably go through the first little pit there, but it's still got 13 gig to go. So that'll be on the cards very, very soon. Speaking of downloading gargantuan file sizes, I have recently downloaded Sniper Elite 4, which also took 3 days to do on my PlayStation. I've completed 4 levels on authentic hardcore.
Yeah.
Super duper hard, man.
Yeah, when you press the breathe button, do you get the little red dot?
Nah, man.
Yeah,
all you don't even get the heart indicator. You just get the crosshairs, and
slows down though.
And, no way. No, so, and you get that little white gauge up the top that shows you the wind direction and the strength of it.
Right.
Full stop. That's it. She's full on.
So why are you doing that?
Gold trophy.
It's going to take you 6 months. You're never going to finish it, though. That's going to take
almost
you forever.
almost halfway through it.
Oh, yeah, right. You're not finishing games, though.
Yeah, I know.
You don't make it easy for yourself.
No, but it's awfully rewarding. I got 100% of collectibles in the first level. I'm missing 2 from the third level. A few more from the third level because it's all in the forest, as you'd know. And then the fourth level's on the dockyard, and it's all dark, so you don't.
Yeah.
I like how the mission has its varieties. Like, as I said, the one in the forest, you got to take out that big gun, as you'd know, and that fires every 30 seconds. So if you get to a part where you need to try and make your way around to get the generator to create yourself a bit of a noise distraction, you still have the opportunity to get a couple of shots off on your way there.
Yeah.
So that was your leg up as a stealth mechanic in that level. But the next level was all dark, and every light bulb is able to be shot out. So you just use your whirl rod, your silenced pistol, and you shoot the lights out, and you're doing more sneaking and stealth killing until you actually find yourself a bit of height and a noise barrier or something to discount your noise. So I like how the different missions and the different environments actually make up a little bit more of the gameplay than I experienced with Sniper Elite 3.
How massive are those levels?
Pretty cool. Oh, fucking huge, man. And when you've actually killed everyone and you've got to go around and loot every single body to try and find the fucking letters to home.
Oh, for the collectibles.
Yeah, about 30% of the level's collectibles are actually on a body.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really bothered with that typical not red mode.
Yeah, I can't help myself, mate. But the thing is, you get very limited stuff in the authentic difficulty, and you miss a lot more shots than you make. So you actually do have to loot the bodies for more than just looking for collectibles, because you need the fucking bullets.
Yeah, ammo and health kits.
Well, I love the leveling up system, but you have to level with the level ups. Also comes those dollars where you unlock new weapons or gadgets.
And it literally is dollars.
Yeah, it literally is a dollar sign, isn't it?
No, but,
seven bucks for a packet of fucking silenced pistol rounds.
But that's the thing; it's singular. like it's because it's old school.
Yeah,
it's like
$3.
a gun will cost you $3. Yeah, that's it. $3, and you're like, $3? Is that? Oh, I've got $5. I'm not rich.
So the suppressor ammo that you were talking about, is really cool because that helps out with this game mode, with this difficulty as well. And you know how you go through and you upgrade your guns, you got to do certain things like lung shots or shots over 100 meters. Like, right, I really need a bigger zoom. So it was something like so many kills over 100 meters. So that was always going to come in a sniper game. But I concentrated on it a little bit more, stood back and just waited and took my shots, got the 30 or 20 or 30 kills, whatever it was, and then went to upgrade the zoom, and then this little red writing comes up. Zoom cannot be altered in authentic game mode. Fucking game. So I don't get damage boosters or fucking zoom boosters.
Wow.
Very good game. Very pretty game. How about the second level where you're actually going in and out of nearly every building you can go in? Run across roofs.
Oh, yeah. That's the... Is that the one where you start off with there's kind of like a bay or like a...
Yeah, and you got the boat out in the water doing the rounds.
Yeah. That's a cool one.
Yeah, so we had to use that boat for ages because it makes noise as it comes backwards and forwards. And then when they stop to shoot you, just fucking hit the missile on the side of the boat and kabammy, that goes up like a fucking sack of shit. But I had to retry it 2 or 3 times because it was really hard to get started because there was a group of people right near the start.
Yeah.
And one of them was one of those whistleblower dickheads. So we took out the gunner and the pilot of the boat, and it stopped the boat right near the first encampment part there, so we had constant noise.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying Sniper Elite 4, and I've tried each game mode in multiplayer. It feels no different to number 3. It's just which it didn't need to be, I don't think, because there wasn't nothing really wrong with 3 except for it's the servers. The servers were terrible because of the small population of game or players, sorry, within the game. But at the moment, because the game's fresh, there's plenty there, so it's easy to find a game without lag. So, next, I have Horizon Zero Dawn pre-ordered and downloaded thanks to you and Snoogans and the podcast last week and the videos that are going up everywhere all over the page and everything. It's like, I so want this game. Mm-hmm. Being the first party exclusive, I got... We all were able to pre-order it a little bit cheaper than what it is normally, say, at a normal retailer. So I went, instead of going the $80 one, I went the $90 one so I can have the red clothes for obvious reasons.
You won't like it, Red.
I won't like it?
No.
I'll love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wicked, I can't wait.
This game, Horizon Zero Dawn, is very me. This is the kind of game that I love. You know, like you absolutely love like your Dark Souls games and you know, a lot of other games like that. This is me. This is where I get into a game and absolutely fall in love. This is, I've said it before, this is Tomb Raider, this is Uncharted, this is Assassin's Creed, this is Far Cry, all just smashed into one absolute brilliant game with robot dinosaurs.
And a bow and arrow.
And a bow and arrow. You know I love my bow and arrow. If there is a bow and arrow optional weapon in a game, that's what I'm taking.
Fuck yeah, even like Gauntlet, we played that for 30, 40, 50 hours and you never change character.
No, because I
Diablo, try 150, 160 hours, Archer.
Well, I wasn't an Archer. It was mainly...
Demon Hunter, yeah.
I mainly used the crossbows with him. I think you could get...
Yeah.
I think you could have a bow and arrow, but... Oh, you mainly use the crossbows and that. But yeah, you're right. It's just... I like ranged... And there's just something about drawing a bow that appeals to me. I don't know what it is, but I'd prefer a bow over a gun, and definitely a bow over a staff. But I love it. This Horizon Zero Dawn not only looks good with the weather effects and the day-night cycle, the lightning strikes, and do you know? Here's a fun fact for you. They were originally going to have super duper duper random lightning strikes that would either hit you or enemies or the monster, the creatures, but they decided to remove it from the game because they thought it was unfair.
I
don't know
if it was a one hit. If it was a one hit kill, mate. Yeah. Oh, unless you had the option of camping and seeing it out, or.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a one-hit kill or if it just took off heaps of health. Because in Horizon Zero Dawn, you don't regen. You literally need to scavenge health or purchase it from a vendor. But yeah, it can be a bit of it's a finite resource where you can only carry so much and you easily run out. And I think they thought it would be unfair that if you were just literally just trying to get to somewhere and you got struck down and took half your health off you, you'd be pissed off. But a neat idea. I think that maybe should be part of a higher difficulty.
Yep.
Or at least a toggle that you can turn off if you don't really like it. But I like the concept behind that. But moving on though, there's like I said, the dynamic weather, day-night cycle, the amazing animations of grass and the foliage, the detail in everything, playing it in 4K on a PlayStation 4 Pro and on a 4K TV with HDR, the detail in the stitchings of Aloy's clothing, the detail that's carved into the bow that she carries. It's this guy. Oh, the AI. I've not seen AI in animals so advanced as in this game, whereas if you're taking on 2 or 3... or if you take on one dinosaur and another 1 or 2 find out, they won't just come and back up the other enemy. They will come and take you from the side. And you won't see them coming because you're too busy fighting the one. And there might only be one in this area. But the other ones will hear the fight and commotion going on and they'll approach you from behind and they'll attack you and you won't see it coming. You've got to keep a keen eye, keep turning your camera. It's absolutely amazing. And the story is, I think, brilliant. Normally in an open world game like this, the stories are usually quite pedestrian to the gameplay, where the gameplay is amazing. But
a la Watch Dogs 2, like where it was good, but it was still pedestrian to the quality of gameplay.
No, spot on. Watch Dogs 2 was amazing, but that was pretty much 98% gameplay that was awesome. The story was a little bit, whatever.
It was there because it had to be,
Yeah, just to tie it all together. But Horizon Zero Dawn's story is actually really good. And
have you finished it?
No. No, I haven't. No.
Oh, that's right, you're sharing.
Yes. Snoogans has said, I've just received the copy back today.
Yes.
Because as of tomorrow morning, 3 a.m., the streaming embargo finishes. So obviously by the time people are listening to this, it'll be over and done with. The game will be released. But I'll be streaming at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning when that embargo...
And if you didn't see it, it's your own fault because you haven't gone and subscribed to our YouTube channel. So you can just be hard on yourself right about now. Sorry, Luke. I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was their fault.
That's right. But I won't be streaming the end of the game because I am up to the end of the game. I won't be streaming that. I'm just going to do some open world roaming and show off some of the mechanics and all that. I might do some side missions. I won't be doing any spoilers, which I think is only fair because that would suck. And people don't want to watch a game to have it spoiled for them, I guess. A game like this anyway.
Oh, hell no. And that's awfully considerate because there's people that wouldn't give a shit about that either, so...
Yeah, so no, I won't be doing any crazy spoiler stuff, but just some cool open world stuff. Hopefully, I will be streaming on the PlayStation 4 Pro, so it'll be at 1080 60 frames, even though it's a 30 frame game, but anyway.
The stream actually makes it look better.
Yeah, but no, I haven't finished the actual story yet. I am probably about 4 missions shy of the end. It's quite a large game. To finish it, you're investing over 30 hours. So, and I've put about 16 hours in so far. No, probably more than that. But yeah, it's amazing.
I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm playing it on hard.
You can play it on hard, and you'll manage. Like, I'm playing it on normal, and there are some encounters that are really hard. Actually, I'd look forward to, if you do get all the way through it, Red, I look forward to hearing about a particular boss fight, which was very, very tolling for me on normal. Be interested to see how you go on hard, because it's a pretty full-on fight.
Is there tricks that you had to work out, or is it just persistence?
More persistence than anything, yeah. It's just quite hard. Mind you, when I did finally get it done, I did it done quite convincingly.
Yeah, it's usually the way. Even with Dark Souls, you'll get smashed and smashed and smashed, and then you'll get him down with 10% life left, and then you'll take another hit and you'll die, and you'll be like, and that's when you really start creaking the controller. Yeah. But then you go in, you have this run where you got 2 vials of elixir left, and you've just blown through it.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what exactly happened to me. Oh, sorry, I'm being vague intentionally. I don't want to give away what
I appreciate it. I knew that straight away. Yep.
But yeah, when I finally got through, like, because there were times, like the times when I died, I'd used up every resource I had, was running out of everything, had to try and like scavenge halfway through the fight, and it was a disaster. Whoa. But the time that I did actually finish it, I had heaps. I didn't even use everything. I still had really? Health to use. Still had vials. Yeah, it's There's these vials as well. I don't know exactly what they are, but I've been using them. What it appears to do is that, like, if you've got half health, it puts like it's kind of like an overshield, but but it's not. There's no shields per se in this game. But you put it on and it turns your health meter fully yellow.
Yep.
And then there's like it's got a timer, but that yellow health meter will go down as you get hit. And then once the yellow's gone, you go back to your normal red health meter.
Yeah, so that sounds exactly like a shield buff.
Kind of like a shield buff, yeah, but it's timed and it just protects your health. so you don't lose health during that time. It just takes away the health. But if you get absolutely pummeled, the yellow bar will disappear straight away, and you're back to your red health or whatever. They're really helpful for boss fights.
Yeah, and a retreat tool.
Yeah, you punch one of those and start running.
Yeah.
Look, it's a brilliant game. I'm near the end, but I haven't finished it as yet, so I couldn't spoil the ending if I tried. But there's still a lot of stuff spoilable that I have encountered. And one of the biggest things that I hope hasn't been spoiled for you, Red, is something that you realise at the very beginning of the game, booting it up. Have you watched any of IGN's reviews?
No.
Don't. Yeah, don't, because IGN don't respect the gamer. IGN respects their view count, and they don't really care what they're showing. And they're showing things that Snoogans and I, being the only ones in Aussie Gamers Express that have had the early access, Snoogans and I had an early agreement. We're not showing any of that. Like, it might be kind of insignificant story-wise, but to game development, when I first realised this thing, I looked at Snoogans and went, "Oh, hey, I didn't know that." And that was when we went to that the media launch night, and we got to play it hands-on.
Ah, yeah.
And because it wasn't shown previous to that, and I don't want to show it. I want everybody else to have that same feeling that I had when I first saw it when we went to that media night. And to spoil it in video, in a stupid review, IGN just keep spoiling shit, and they don't care.
No. You nailed it on the head there. Yeah, look, I've seen some early stuff, and I've said it on the page before and on the podcast before. I watch Rob Pearson of PlayStation Access.
Yeah.
And they done the most I've watched is 11-minute video by them, one video, and it's the 5 reasons why you need to play, or the 7 reasons you need to play Horizon Zero Dawn. That's it, and they're very respectful for spoilers.
Well, that's it. They're not going to spoil it, are they?
No, well, they probably never knew, because we're talking 4 weeks ago. This video come out. You know, it was all early stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what actually sold me. I'm like, yep, that's definite.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, look, unfortunately, I've got a funeral to go to tomorrow, but we'll go get that sorted, and I'm going to do 2 or 3 days worth of chores, and then, look out. Here we go.
So it goes live midnight tomorrow, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, very good. All right. What else have you been playing, Red?
One last major thing I've been playing would be For Honor. I've played a little bit of Nioh, not much to touch on there. I've helped a few people through, helped my cousin and a mate. I was talking last week how I helped Pierce, and then one of his mates cottoned onto the fact that I helped him. It's like, oh, excuse me, Mr. Aaron. I'm like, which boss? Or all of them? Okay. So I jumped in and helped a couple of people with Nioh.
They're calling you Mr. Aaron. Was it someone from Telstra?
No, it's Mr. Aaron. Are you happy with your... No, I'm fucking not happy with my internet. Don't get me started. So, yeah, I played a little bit of Nioh. I've just touched on that. I've probably done, actually... You kind of help someone out, and then you go, got the bug. And they go, I'm going to go to the toilet. I'll be back in half an hour. It's like, hey, going to the wicked. I'll just do a level of my own. So, yeah, I've probably done 1 or 2 levels of my own in Nioh, bit of farming, helped more people out than I've actually progressed myself, but that's just something I keep going back to, because I keep adding stuff to it. Like, I got the Facebook, not the notification itself, but I was scrolling through my page, through my feed, and they've just sold 1 million copies, and with the latest patch that went live, they gave everyone a piece of DLC armor for free, which was really, really cool. That's a cool incentive, instead of saying, pre-order now, so you receive this free DLC armor, which is going to last you to level 4.
Yeah.
So now you can actually go into one of the blacksmiths in the game and craft yourself this special armor at your current level. So that is really, really cool. I really I dig that, and that's this game's going to really launch Team Ninja. Hopefully, really, you heard it here first. I hope to see another Ninja Gaiden game. That'd be so good. But the other major contribution of my gaming week has been ploughed into For Honor. I have now with my Raider, my Viking Raider, I'm now Prestige 5. So, lots and lots of damage with my big fucking two-handed axe in that. Becoming a bit of a monster. I've got a pretty good KD. I win more games than I lose, and that's. I really like the day. It's got like daily objectives and 48 hourly objectives, so bi-daily objectives, if you will.
Yeah.
So you can just go in and even if you just play it for an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I have been busy with the wedding and I've had family members flying from interstate, so I've been doing a lot of that sort of shenanigans, but I can still sit down for an hour or so and just go, right, well, you've got to win 3 one-on-ones versus the computer for an extra 1,000 XP and some currency. Okay, I can do that for an hour, just go in, have a bash around and then put it down. So it's not unlike vanilla Destiny where you're able to log in each day even if you only got an hour and a half's gameplay out of it. So yeah, but I've been doing my dailies on there, and other than that, fuck all really. I think my son's played my PlayStation more than I have this week. He got stuck into the beta. I walked in and I was on the piss. And he was playing Ghost Recon.
Yep.
I'm like, did you download this? He went, nah, it was on there. I went, oh shit. I said I deleted it. He goes, nah, it's in your library. Your little prick knows how to go through the library and everything. He's really, he's a bit of a protege. So that spurred me on. This is a little bit to do with game talk now. That spurred me on. It's hidden deep in my library. And then you went through my download list because I had 16 things when I downloaded The Witcher, because you get all those little 100 megabyte ones, like the extra DLC they gave you every fortnight or whatever it was. And down below that, fair enough, was the fucking Ghost Recon update you were talking about.
Oh, okay, yep.
So I'm like, well, it was installed. So that's prompted me now. I now not have anything hidden in my library. I've just made 4 folders on the main screen.
Yeah. So
now nothing's hidden in the bloody in the library. So I can just go through these 4 folders now, and absolutely everything that's on my PlayStation's there. I now have 37 titles on my PlayStation, and I still have 800 gigabytes remaining on my hard drive. I like it a lot.
There's a setting on the PlayStation that says don't hide any titles from the XMB or whatever it is.
Of course there is.
Yeah, if you've got that selected, then it'll only have your last, I don't know, 5 to 10. But I have it unselected, so I've got every single game I have installed across the XMB. There's about 50 of them. And it takes a while to scroll
How times
across.
have changed from the first 2 years with the PlayStation.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got 3 terabytes of space on there now, so...
Fuck! That's massive!
But yeah, so you can change that setting to make sure you don't miss anything that you've got installed. But yeah, I was playing Ghost Recon 2 nights ago. I think you were at the wedding, and your little boy Zave got on, but it wasn't working. The actual servers were full or whatever, because Snoogans was on playing with a mate of his, but I couldn't join them because I couldn't get online, and neither could Xavier. So it was a little bit annoying. We could play it solo. There was no issues playing solo. But we couldn't get on, so I wasn't really that interested in playing it on my own. I wanted to play it in co-op mode, so I sort of didn't really play too much. I turned it off. But last night,
you got a feel in the closed one too, though.
Yeah, and I played it a lot on my own, but I wanted to play it in co-op. So last night I had a real good run around with Roy Boy. And a little bit later on, Snoogans came and joined us as well. But by that time, we were sort of just running amok, just mucking around in there. It was good fun still. But yeah, playing with Roy Boy, geez, it's funny playing with Roy Boy, and I hope he listens to this. I said it to his face. Well, I didn't say it to his face actually, because we're on a voice chat. But he says to me, he's like, it's a really good game, but you've got to be patient, you've got to take your time and this and that. And then the way he plays it is the complete fucking opposite. So I'm like, alright, let's take our time. So there I am with me drone out, scoping out where everyone is, and he starts shooting them and they all get aggroed and start running towards us. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So what happened to this whole play slowly thing? And he's like, oh, alright, sorry about that.
You two need to play Sniper Elite on Authentic and stream it.
No. Oh, that'll be a laugh. Oh, it's so frustrating. And then I must have sounded like the biggest control freak. I said, right, from now on, no kills unless we discuss it first.
It's going to be like that, though.
But you're
playing first and second area, which you're probably going to get away with a little bit more, and they give you a little bit of experience to level up. But the further you get into that game, it's going to be crucial. I suspect it would have to be for the quality of the game to shine, that mechanic, if you know what I mean.
Well, the second area in the open beta is actually a 5-star area, so it's actually one of the easiest areas and one of the hardest areas that they've opened up. So it is hard. But that's the thing with a game like that, and you and I have had these experiences, but you need to communicate, because if you're going to take down someone, I might have a better angle and I might be like, whoa, no, there's a guy off to the side that you can't see. If you shoot that bloke, he's going to see it. Don't shoot yet.
Yeah.
I'll line him up first. Then when I'm ready, you take your guy down and I'll take my guy down. But that's the thing. After we had that little talk, we communicated a lot better and we did really well. But yeah, you can't be doing that. You can't do the lone wolf thing when you're playing in a team, because your actions will become...
directly affect your other players, my teammates' experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can be hard if you've got 4 people to coordinate, but that's the challenge of the game. But you have to do that. Like, there are different people in different positions that can see things easily. You need to make sure that you're taking out... Like, there's no sense me taking out somebody that's closer to you. You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be an easier shot for you. You take that guy out. I'll take the guy out that's down here closer to me. You know, you got to make sure you talk, make sure you know where each other are, and you got to use communication. Right, I want to take down the bloke near the shed. Can you see anyone around him that is going to get aggroed if I take him down? No, I can see it's all clear. Go ahead. But if you just take the shot, it's a gamble, and you might get me killed because I'm closer. I'm the one they're going to get aggroed towards, and they're going to come and shoot me. You know, and that's the way those games need to be played. You know,
and you're going to be well pleased about that, aren't you?
Well, I love that. Absolutely.
Getting killed.
Oh, no. I'm well pleased about needing to communicate. I love games like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like getting killed.
No. So what was the new area like? Was it enjoyable?
Yeah, it's more open. It's very different. There's like no trees. It's very mountainous, deserty. But there's the Unidad, those purple dudes.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty powerful in there, so there's no like one shot in them. They usually take 2 or 3 shots depending on where you hit them. And you got to be careful flying around in your chopper there, because they've got the SAM missiles, the surface-to-air missiles that'll take you down. So
of course they do.
It's integral to get a ground force in there to go and blow them up with some C4 or a grenade first before taking the air.
Wicked.
Yeah. No, real good. It is pretty cool. Some of the missions were mad. Like, Roy and I did one mission where we had to capture this guy who was like a trader for the enemy. But but he still wasn't our friend. So if we approached him, he would shoot us. And Roy and I started trying to take down all the enemies to clear them out, because if you aggroed the enemies, they would also shoot the guy you wanted because he was a trader. So you didn't want them to find him either. So it was hard. So there was a couple of times where he got killed by the enemy. There was a couple of times we got killed by the enemy. And then I formulated a plan. I said, right, it's not working this way. What we'll do is I will infiltrate on foot, and I'll be quiet, and I'll sneak up. We won't kill anyone. I'll sneak up on the target. I'll grab him. But you need to be in a car. Go and get yourself a car and wait up the road. He's like, okay, cool, sweet. I'm up the road in a car. I said, all right, I'm going to go and grab this guy now. And I snuck up behind him and grabbed him. So I had him like in a chokehold, And I'm like, Roy, go. And then he drives down the road. He fangs it down the road, just past all the enemies, aggroing everyone, which is, you can't avoid that. He's flying past. He drives up, pulls up the brakes right next to me. I go up to the car with this guy that I'm holding, and then you press a button on the car, throws him in the back seat. I then get in the front seat, and I'm like, go! And then Roy fucking plants it, and we're out of there. So we've got the target, we're on the run, and we're getting out of there. We're doing well. So then we up the road. We've got them. They're scrambling to get in their cars to chase us. But because we're all ready to go, we've got so much ground on them, they lose us. We go over the hill, get out of sight, take this guy to where we need to take him. Mission complete.
Oh, wow. Without killing anyone.
Without
having to kill anyone, yeah.
Yep. No, we got it done. It's a hard mission if you're doing it the wrong way. But if you've got communication, and that's something you can't really do that on your own, because you can't get your AI people to wait and get in a car and all that sort of stuff. You need a human player for that. So that's the difference, the in-depth part that this game has that I absolutely adore. And it was brilliant. And it worked. It was so good. We formulated a plan, we executed it, and it worked out. I loved it. It was great. bring on the full game. That's just in the beta.
Yeah, a lot of people go, are you getting it red? And I'm like, nah, not yet. I will get it. Going to save us some money. We're saving for a home at the moment, which is pretty exciting. So it'll come around eventually. And I've had a couple of people like Roscoe will go, oh, well, when you do get it, I'll replay some of it with you and we'll still co-op and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of people so I won't have to twist their arm too much to come and jump in and replay some of the Ghost Recon with me. And I reckon you'd be one of them. I wouldn't have to twist your arm very hard, but behind your back for you to go, okay.
You don't have to do it. You won't have to do anything, but a little bit of a tickle won't go astray.
Yeah, well, geez. Tickle, wiggle.
So yeah, safe to say I'm a fan. I like the game.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that's music to my ears, that one.
Looks pretty too.
Yeah.
Anything else, Red?
No, that's me, Mullen. That is me. You can just keep going on with yours.
All right. Did I talk about Psychonauts last week?
Yes.
Did I review it? Did I tell you it, or did I say that I was playing it? Going to play. It's like a
3-hour experience.
Okay, no, I did. All right, well, I won't go into that. I couldn't remember, but anyway, I got the Asus G20 CB gaming desktop PC.
Monster.
This is this monster of a computer. I went out yesterday on location and shot the review intro video. in the theme of all Aussie Adventures. Do you remember that show?
Not with Russell Coy.
Yes!
Yes! I do! Obviously.
So it's not out yet, and I can't promise exactly when, and I'll explain why in a moment. But yeah, I went out and spent all this time yesterday doing basically a 5 or 6 minute Russell Coy episode.
Was there any cameos? Please tell me there was a cameo.
There was no cameos, and there was no handshake where one person was black and the other person was white, but the handshake close up was two white guys. They did that a lot. But it was Outback Adventures, and it was really fun to do. And
nice.
It's the first video where I've enlisted my wife to come and help me with the filming, because there was a lot of stuff I wanted to do that I just couldn't do on my own. Because I think every single video that I've made for Aussie Gamers Express, I've done it on my own. And
stationary tripods and everything.
That's right, yeah, tripods and all that sort of stuff, or me carrying the camera from behind. This time I got my wife to help me out with the filming, and it turned out a lot better than I was expecting. It's actually pretty good. And it's talking up my own shit, obviously, but I've got good feedback. Roy thought it was all right. But he's a bit of a sourpuss. He didn't really say too much about it. The wife thought it was funny, and my daughter just said that I was an idiot.
that sounds like three good ticks, though. If Roy says it's all right, the wife enjoys it, and the daughter calls you an idiot. That's AAA.
Well, that's it, yeah. So I'm thinking I might do a shortened down version for the final video, but then an uncut version for people that want to see the full thing. Because obviously, if you want to watch a review for this computer, you don't want to sit through 5 minutes of me being a dickhead. So there'll probably be two versions. But anyway, I did that yesterday. The only thing is that it's going to be a little bit delayed. It probably should have went up today. But I came back after recording the on-scene parts, the intro, and I recorded the review part. And in my review, as I often do, I'll say, all right, now look there, I'll cut to some gameplay of me using the computer. Now, the only problem is that gameplay doesn't exist yet. Because, no, I did record it. I recorded it the night before. However, the computer crashed and died.
Does that make the final cut?
Well, the final cut is complete, so it's already done, and I haven't mentioned it. But I figured, well, although it's not going to make the review, it's definitely making the podcast. As much as I don't like saying bad things about things that I review, if there are bad things about them, they're going to come out. Now, the computer itself was absolutely brilliant when it worked. But it died. And it crashed, and I can't recover it. The Windows is gone, so it needs a fresh installation of Windows. But
wow! I thought you meant the video footage is the computer's gone.
No, the computer's dead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to highlight the fact that the computer died.
No, well, that's what happened. I mean, this is a mass produced product, and sometimes you're going to get issues. I think there's a problem with the hard drive because it actually crashed twice, and I managed to recover it, reset it to factory defaults, and it worked. But then the very next day, obviously when I went to get the footage off it, it did it again. I think it's a hard drive problem. Now these computers, just as a little bit of a, come on, let's give it a bit of space. I mean, this thing's been shipped via courier to God knows how many reviewers, because this is a review copy, a review computer that's been loaned to us with the Oculus Rift. Now, as you well know, normal hard drives are moving pieces, and the hard drive surface is about, well, less than a hair's length away, or a hair's width away from the actual head that reads the disc. So that any slight movement can cause that's why they call it a crash. When your hard drive crashes, is the read head is actually crashing into the surface of the disc. So it can cause permanent damage. And in the back of a truck, getting delivered here, getting delivered everywhere, it's getting thrown around a bit. So that could be the reason why it keeps crashing. The hard drive might be had it. It has an SSD hard drive in it, a 500 gigabyte SSD and a 1 terabyte regular hard drive. But one of them may have damage on it, which is causing this. But anyway, it died twice on me, so it's obviously an issue with it. So it's delaying because I can't actually get any footage off it at the moment. Whether that eventuates and gets repaired and I can get the footage, I don't know. If I can't, I'm going to have to edit and cut the review somehow. But taking away from that, what I have used on it, I used the Oculus Rift. I managed to get to use that. So now I got something to compare PlayStation VR to.
Yes, we've had this intimate conversation.
Yes. Oculus Rift, for like the actual visuals, shits on PlayStation VR.
Yes.
The screen is clearer. The screen is really, really good in comparison to PlayStation VR. The Oculus Rift has built-in headphones, and at first I looked at them and thought they look like the headphones from the 1992 Walkman that you had, like the
Yeah. The wire and
the metal band that goes across the top. You know the little earpieces that are on the end? Yeah, the little foam flat. It doesn't have the metal headband or anything like that, but it's those kind of earpieces, right, that just sort of sit on top of your ear. I looked at them and thought, oh, they look so dicky and cheap. Oh, they're actually really good.
Oh, nice.
The speakers on the Oculus Rift are actually impressive and really easy to adjust onto your head. However, when it comes to adjusting the Oculus Rift to fit your head, like to get the unit on, that's a son of a bitch. That is garbage. That's where the PlayStation VR kicks ass, is head mounting. With basically, if you came to my house and I had an Oculus Rift that's mine, I'm not you're not using it. Unless your head is the same size as mine, I'm not fucking adjusting it for you and then adjusting it back, because that is a massive pain in the ass.
Fair call, though. I suspected that. Like, obviously, we're a little bit smarter and a little bit wiser with experience now, but as you just said, or you alluded to, that the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation VR is a lot more user-friendly with that. But I always figured that these devices would still be tailored, or you self-tailor them, but tailored to the individual.
Yeah. Well, that's what the Oculus Rift is, because it uses Velcro, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so one size does not fit all.
No, the straps are Velcro, so you need to like adjust the left side, the right side, and the top. Yeah. And that's hard to do while you're wearing it. So you're taking it off, putting it on. Is it right now? Put it back on. Take it off. No, adjust this. Put it back on. It's a pain in the ass. And even when you get it fitting right, there's a lot of light that comes in through the nose hole, because it doesn't quite it doesn't
bar it off like sunnies. When I'm wearing sunnies, I don't quite bar them off.
Yeah, it doesn't
get that light underneath.
Yeah, whereas the PlayStation VR pretty much covers everything, which is really good. So, although the quality is better, I'm still favouring the PlayStation VR for its ease of access. Plus, having to set up the Oculus as well. There's a sensor bar. It's not a camera like the PlayStation uses. It's a sensor, and it's easy enough to set up with the sensor. It's a little bit strange, however, but with the PlayStation VR, when you're in a game, if you get a little bit off with the sensor, you press and hold the options button, and it centers you. So you look at the screen, look where you want it to be centered, press and hold the options button, and it recalibrates for you. Right? The job done, easy. Yeah. With the Oculus Rift, it comes with a separate remote, which is like a little tiny TV remote. You have to use that to go into the Oculus program and recalibrate using that. You can't do it using your keyboard or your controller, like your Xbox One controller that you use to play the game with the Oculus Rift. You have to grab something else and do it. It's a pain in the ass. Sometimes games won't launch. You have to go into the settings of Oculus Rift to allow Steam games to launch because it's outside of Oculus Rift's program. So you have to allow untrusted platforms to launch. Basically what I'm saying is, for ease of use, the PlayStation VR kicks ass. To use the Oculus Rift, it can be a pain in the ass. But it is higher quality. But then it bloody well better be higher quality, because it probably needs a PC in the vicinity of a $4,000 computer like the G20.
To run consistently, yeah.
Yeah, and the unit itself, the Oculus Rift itself, I think is about $800 US.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. So you probably...
You could play co-op VR on the PlayStation for that price.
Yeah. For the computer and the Oculus, you could buy 2 PlayStations and two PlayStation VRs. Absolutely. You could probably buy 4, dude.
Fuck.
So, it's very expensive, and for that extra price, it's not that much better. So
yeah, it's probably not enough AAA applications similar to the story with the PSVR as well to warrant.
No.
Fucking
So
$6 grand.
I'm not massively sold on the Oculus over the PlayStation VR, but this computer though, the Asus G20 CB, it was beautiful. I was playing Wildlands beta on Ultra.
Yeah, that's grunt.
Just went straight to Ultra, and I did the benchmark test at Ultra. 90 frames a second. Ultra.
Yeah, that's let the team down a little bit. Jesus.
And then in the benchmark test, an explosion goes off and makes the frame rate drop.
Oh yeah.
To about 89.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, I wouldn't be giving that a consistent review then.
Oh, it is awesome, dude. But the thing is, with the computer dying twice, I've now installed everything on it 3 times. Do you know how much data I've used this month?
Oh yeah, hit me with it.
1.7 terabyte.
Oh, if I could download 24/7 for a month, and I wouldn't get that much just because of speed.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
in downloading it, because I've downloaded the Wildlands probably 3 times on that PC. I've downloaded it on my PC. I've downloaded it on my PlayStation 4, my 2 PlayStation 4s and my Xbox One.
Oh, wowzers.
What's that about?
Is that because you can, or because you want comparisons?
Oh, for the comparisons. And because I can.
And still make a Skype call to Scandinavia.
Yeah, it doesn't make any dent in it, so I'm very happy with my internet performance. But yeah, I've downloaded a lot of shit thanks to those issues. But look, it is a really good PC. I'm waiting for Asus to get back to me. What are you laughing at?
I can't record this podcast and load a GIF.
Yeah, that is a struggle. But yeah, look, I'm waiting for Asus to get back to me. They're going to let me know what we can do to sort of fix this issue. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame because it is a really powerful PC. Really quiet too. My PC... Oh, I went to the shop. I went to ARC Computers in Penrith. Give them a bit of a plug because they're really, really cool guys there. I went in there to see what it would cost to upgrade my CPU because that's probably the next thing that needs to go. Unfortunately, with the CPU goes the motherboard, and with the motherboard goes the RAM.
Yeah, you'll have to upgrade, to DDR5, wouldn't you?
Something like that. So I'm up for a G-banger.
Well, you've just saved yourself on 4 gig of RAM there anyway with that plug. Send them that link. We'll advertise them for 6 months.
Yeah, give me a free motherboard, RAM, and CPU. But that's for an i7. For a new motherboard, it's about $300, and the RAM again is probably another 300. So just for 16.
Yeah, you want 16 gig.
Yeah, 16. I won't go any less than 16.
Yeah.
And then, but people that go 32, like, nothing needs 32.
No, you bottleneck your speeds anyway.
Like, yeah, 16 is probably all you need, but whatever. And I actually asked him the question, and this is a guy he's been there for a few years. I've seen this bloke a few times. I said to him, right, now with the CPU, new CPU, cooling, right? I'm just running a fan, and I have no dramas. Is water cooling just because you want to be cool? And he goes,
no pun.
And he says to me, yeah, pun intended. He goes, the quick and easy answer is yes. It is just a show off. It's a wank. He goes, but it is more efficient. It is it is quieter, and it is necessary if you are going to be doing stupid things like overclocking to the max and doing ridiculously stupid things. He said if you're just running factory settings with a high-end like i7, there is absolutely no need for water cooling. The fan and a heatsink is all you need. And I said, good, that's exactly what I thought. There is a place for it, for water cooling, because it is quieter, but it's not something that you need. So a lot of people are like, oh no, you got to get water cooling. No, you don't. If you want to spend the extra stupid amount for water cooling, just for a factory setup, then you're wasting your money and you're doing it just because you want cool shit in your computer. But there is a need for it if you're doing X and Y. So that I reckon that I believe that. It sounds reasonable to me, so I think so. But anyway,
I prefer the professional application over the, as you so quaintly put it, wank.
Yeah, it's for a wank.
Oh, I got red dye. Yeah, wicked.
My cooler looks like the secret of the ooze.
Oh, wow!
I've got Ninja Turtles.
Fucking Power Rangers called up fucking Team Ninja and they want their fucking bird people back. Those. Oh, wow, there's like these demigods. You just reminded me, these demi-bosses, like they're not quite end-of-level bosses, but they fucking should be, and they remind me of the birds from the ooze on Power Rangers.
Oh, I was talking about Ninja Turtles, not Power Rangers.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, yeah, well, Mr. Ooze. Yeah,
yeah.
But anyway, they fucking still want them back.
So there's $1,000 that I don't have to spend right now, but one day I might. Or if there's anyone listening that wants to sponsor us and get me all that stuff, oh mate, I'll talk your company through the roof. But anyway,
I might give you a shout.
Oh, hello. Gravity Rush. I played a little bit of Gravity Rush, but I don't have the time to put into that. So Nico is going to be reviewing that. Gravity Rush 2, that is, I should say. From what I can see, it's a pretty good sequel. Everything's bigger and better. Looks really good. But mind you, this is the first one they've made for the PS4.
Yes, exactly. It's not a port.
The first one was a remaster from the Vita version, so it's looking good.
From handheld. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's looking like a good sequel. So that's coming. Nico will be doing a review for us on the website. What else have we got? In case you were wondering, I played Project Cars and Abe Experience on Oculus Rift.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's about it. The Abe Experience is kind of a bit like the kitchen demo. You're stuck to a operation like a gurney. And a robot just does like a monologue thing. You don't really say anything. You don't do anything. You just sort of experience it. It's a free-to-play thing on Steam. But I think that covers just about it, Red. So if you've got nothing further to say, we can go into the news.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, first up, Red's going to tell us about Spelunky. No, that's last week, so I haven't updated that.
Woo-hoo! Superman's put his undies in the wash again.
All right, I'm cutting that out. That's done.
Downloadable schweiz. You were doing them with the accent at the start of the show.
Yeah, shut up, you. All right, we'll leave it in. Screw editing that out. First up in the news, Red's going to tell us about the Nintendo Switch game download sizes.
Yes, absolutely, and it's called download sizes, but I nearly would assume that they'd be the same size if you bought them via a physical edition also. But
probably.
We'll wait and see. So, as we should be aware by now, and I did, if you were listening to the podcast last week, you'd already know that the Switch has a 32 gigabytes of memory. But as with everything that you buy that's got 32 gigabytes of memory and runs an operating system, you actually don't get that much.
Yeah, I'll cut you for a second there. Just for the nerds and boffins out there, it's not 32 gigabytes of memory, it's 32 megabytes of storage. Let's say that, just to clarify, because memory and hard drive space can be different.
Misconstrued. My bad.
No,
yes. So, the total number that you actually have to put games on is 25.9 gig.
Yeah.
And so, that in mind, I should also say the Switch will take an SDXC card. So,
yep.
So it's not your standard SD card. And you can get them up to 2 terabytes, but the most common available SDXC card is 512 gigabytes, and these do actually cost several $100s just for the 512. So,
and they're tiny.
Not unlike when the Vita come out. That had really expensive memory cards because it was like a specific one.
What do you mean it had? It fucking still does.
Oh, well, yeah. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but
I don't know much about this SDXC. I actually didn't do too much research leading into it. Is that a new thing? Do you know?
No,
or?
I can help you out with that. It's not a proprietary thing for Nintendo. It is just a standard SD card, right?
Yep.
But it's a different format. Think of it as
the NFAT and 32.
Yeah, think of it as like Blu-ray versus DVD. Same thing, like same disc, but has a different format on the disc.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So,
all right, so keeping this in mind, we have 25.9 to play with day one without a SD card.
Yeah.
Here's your most popular titles and their sizes, not in any specific order. So The Legend of Zelda Breath of Wind will take up 13.4 gig. Mario... there goes the neighborhood. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 8 gig. See what they've done there. Puyo Tetris, 1.09 gigabytes. The Sigia 5 port is 5.92 gig. Snipper Clips, 1.6. Yep.
We're already over, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Dragon's Quest Heroes 1 and 2, 32 gig.
So you can't...
Nah! You can't buy that game without a several $100 SD card. Go Nintendo.
Wait, if you buy that on disc, can you play it?
Good question. Probably not.
We don't know exactly how the Switch works. If the Switch needs to install the game like the PlayStation and Xbox does, you can't play that game. It needs to come with an XD card, otherwise it's a failure. It's kind of like when they released the 4 gigabyte PlayStation.
PlayStation. And then GTA ended up being 12 gig.
Yeah, that's right. It's... You can't do that. So unless the physical version can play it off the disc, that's a massive mistake.
Which it might.
Because do you remember, going back to the Nintendo 64, they released Donkey Kong, one of the Donkey Kongs, but you couldn't actually play the game...
memory expansion.
without the memory expansion because it would crash.
Yeah,
so they had to bundle the
that.
expansion. They had to bundle the extra memory with the game. Otherwise, people couldn't play it. I wonder if that'll happen with this, or it's playable from the disc.
Well, you'd think it'd be playable from the disc.
But then,
but we don't know.
But where does? Wait, there's no discs. It's not on disc, is it?
No,
the Switch
cartridge.
The Switch has cartridges, so it'll play straight from the cartridge like a memory card.
Because it is an SD card, probably with like the Game Boy Outer.
There you go. We knew this. I just sort of slipped my mind. That'd be the thing. It will play directly from the cartridge.
Yes.
It won't need to install. That's the saving grace. The only thing is, if you want to buy it digitally, you can't.
Not unlike the current generation of consoles when they do give you 500 gig, because that doesn't give you much leeway to buy digital games, really, when you think about it.
The 500, there's no game bigger than 500 gig, though. If PlayStation had the same equivalent, that would mean that there was a game out there that was 550 gigabytes big, having a 32 gigabyte game with 25 gigabytes of space.
Yeah, Velocibox. 501 gig.
But that's silly. You're alienating your digital clientele because of your storage space. Why would they put 32 in there?
I know, right? Why'd they put 500 in a PlayStation and Xbox? It's very there's a lot of shortcuts. Well, is there going to be a Nintendo Switch Pro in a couple of years?
Oh, it's just absolute
probably.
It's
There'll be a red one.
These people are bringing out these consoles with the express idea that they want them to be rendered useless in their current state, so they have to purchase extra gear.
Yeah, your $500 investment becomes $700-800 with 2 playable games.
Oh, it's just absolute madness. I don't know how it works. But this not being a proprietary memory card, they're not necessarily going to get the money anyway.
No. Oh, yeah, no.
Because you could go down to the Wednesday markets. You don't know what that is, I guess, because that's a Western Sydney thing.
A mainland thing.
And pick yourself up, you know, whatever 100 250 gigabyte SD card for cheap, whereas Nintendo aren't going to see a cent.
It'll make you wonder whether they're actually going to. Do the amiibos or anything work?
I believe they do.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
There'll be ways. They'll make money off this lack of space. You watch.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that sucks. Right. Moving on.
So, listening. Oh, just listening to this. The fucking. Hang on. I'm just going to check my calendar. If you're listening to this on release day, the Switch will be tomorrow.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Switch is out very, very soon.
Okay. Next up.
Right. Next up, Dead Rising to Steam. Tell us about that.
Which is pretty cool. As Microsoft have pledged that all their first-party exclusives will be available on PC.
Right.
So Dead Rising 4 is coming to Steam on March 15th, as announced by Capcom recently.
Not Windows games or games for Windows?
No. Oh, well, it's not clarified here, but no, it's coming to Steam. Well, you'd think it would. Does it support that dual purchase thing, like the dual download?
It didn't, but that's because it wasn't there. But I don't know.
Watch this space. You'll be able to check for us.
Well, if it does, then I'll be able to get it because I've purchased it digitally on the Xbox.
That's exactly right. So it's come. This game has come with. Oh, hang on. Yes, it is on Windows 10.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it received mixed reviews. If you want the most honest, down-to-earth review, I can suggest a website to go to. Would you like to clarify what that is for me, please, Luke? Because it is your review.
www.aussiegamerstv.com, and that's Aussie, AUSSIE.
Yes, it is. Not like Aussie Man Reviews. Fuck. So, yeah, I don't know really how to emphasise this anymore, but I thought it was quite notable because everyone likes to slay zombies, and a lot of people, I know a lot of my, well, I'm going to say a lot of my friends when I don't have a lot of them, so a majority of my PC gaming friends prefer Steam over any other launcher.
Oh, 100%.
Ubisoft and all that. Origin.
Yep, absolutely. I downloaded Wildlands beta on Uplay. Then when I found out that it was on Steam as well, the open beta, I'll download it on there too.
Did it download faster through Steam?
No. The Uplay actually downloads really fast.
Direct server connection.
It's really good Uplay for downloads anyway. Like 11.2 megabytes a second.
Whoa! I get 11.5 kilobytes a second. Yeah. So, no doubt knowing Steam, and this is just a pulling it out of my ass sort of scenario, but there'll probably be a bundled edition where you'll get probably 1, 2, and 3 and all DLCs or whatnot for relatively cheaper prices, unless you were going to buy them, as opposed to buying them individually.
Yeah. Right. Move on to the last news item.
Yes.
All right, last one is Nioh to gain PvP.
Which it needs. It already does have a PvP aspect where you actually aren't fighting another person, you're just fighting their character with AI control. So that's the Revenants, as you would have seen. Yeah, so where you die in Nioh, you'll leave a Revenant. And the best thing about fighting a Revenant is you can tell what class of gear they have on, or rarity of gear, I should say, they have on by the little symbols that pops up, because it gives you a color-coded, not unlike your exotics and everything from any other looter shooter.
Yep.
And say there's a purple sword there, and you go, oh, I want to have a go at this unique sword. You've got there's a drop chance that they'll drop it. So a drop chance rate, I think it's called.
Do they lose it?
No, they don't. No, and there was also something I think needed to be added to the game. I'm not sure how aware you are, but you know, like in Souls and Bloodborne, you can leave messages on the ground to give people the heads up or whatnot.
Yep.
I know Bloodborne did it because there's a few videos going around. If someone comes across the note, finds it handy, and they give it a tick that it's a positive note, you'll get your life back.
You get your life back.
So, if you're mid-game, your life will just go bing.
Yeah.
I thought Nioh needed something like this. If you're Revenant one, after you died in a certain location, you should get some gold or some experience or some life. You know what I mean? Or refill your elixirs.
Do you get anything if you win?
No. Oh, if you're Revenant, no, you don't. Nope. So, anyway, moving on with the news. Koei Tecmo has announced that a bunch of high difficulty missions, not that they don't already contained within the game, but higher difficulty missions, so more end-game content, plus PvP, will be added in the coming months. It will most likely come with their first batch of DLC. I would assume that these high difficulty missions and PvP will be free. It'll just come with the patch, if you know what I mean. It'll be a major patch late April. The first lot of downloadable content is called Dragon of Tohoku.
Yep.
And that will feature for season pass holders or individual purchases, will contain new weapons types, which is pretty cool, scenarios, characters, guardian spirits, yokai, and stages of the game. So extra levels, different people to bash up, different things to use in order to bash said people up in a different backdrop. Which, what could you really want anymore? Because it is actually the gameplay of Nioh that really that lights it all up. Like we said about Watch Dogs earlier in the show, it has a loose, traditional Japanese style story, but we're there to hack, slash, cut, maim, and destroy.
Awesome.
So yeah, there you go. Look out! I know Brownie has been begging for this he's in the shout, so I'm not going to give that away at the moment. Why he's in the shout? I did give away that he's in it, so yeah. I see what you've done there. But yeah, so this is just going to add additional content, which games of this genre do require to keep you coming back, because you can kind of hit a wall where you're just too powerful for anything. So extra high level missions and areas where you can just go pit yourself against other people that are proficient at the game is always going to be a positive thing.
I agree. All right, well, that is the end of the news.
Yep.
So, what's the next segment, Red?
What's that sound?
All right, let's do that.
Yeah. Two all, is it? Hang on. Introduce it.
No, it's what's that sound? Is 2 to you, 1 to me.
Ah.
So, Red, you are in the lead. So, last week's what's that sound? Let's hear that one. Where is it? That'd be this one.
Maybe we should leave a note, eh? Dear Wanker, sorry about the bang-up. Send the bill to me arse.
Is that wanker word again?
Dear Wanker. That was from a game called The Saboteur.
Of course it was.
Yeah, I've never played that. I'm aware of the cover art. It was like that weird sort of reddish monotone sort of colour, but I never played
City
it.
style.
Yeah, I never played it, so I was never going to get that. But I did look it up. Oh, and I forgot to make a note somewhere. I think I messaged it to one of you blokes saying, because last week I was saying that voice sounds familiar.
Ah, yeah, you did say that in the show.
He was a popular voice from a game that I've played. I don't remember who it was now. Damn. Anyway, I'll check it up later. But that was a Saboteur, and we've got 2 people so far that have given us answers. The podcast only went live yesterday, so it's pretty...
Yeah, it did too. It's like, come on, guys. But yeah,
pretty early days. But we had a couple that got in there real quick. Let me have a look. Was it? Did I send it to you? Did I send it to you and Pat?
Possibly.
All right, give me a sec.
A lot of stuff's probably flown past me this week. Yes, I know what Phantom Pain.
Ah, that's right. Now, who was it? It was the voice that I found or recognised played Kaz Miller. Was that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
Kazuhiro Miller from Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. That's right. So that's why I'd heard the voice a fair bit before. He's putting an accent on, obviously, in this Saboteur clip, but I recognised it through the accent.
Yeah, it's still very recognisable.
Yeah. But anyway, that was that one. How about we hear this week's show? Are you ready, Red?
I am.
All right. Now, this one is Jason playing a game with us again, saying, generic name of +10 to hiding in plain sight. This is like
RPG.
Yeah, RPG sort of stuff, isn't it? Like Dungeons and Dragons or something. He's such a fucking nerd.
Minus 10 to getting a spouse he just got.
All right, let's have a listen.
But he's got a horse outside. Sorry.
All right, let's have a listen to this week's What's That Sound?
She needs me. I can see it in the way she looks at me. All I'd have to do is reach out and take her hand, and she'd be mine. Why am I talking to myself?
He hasn't reused a sound from a game, has he?
Do you know it?
I think I do.
I think I do too.
That's Monkey Island.
Oh, is it? Yeah, actually, it sounds a lot like him.
What were you going to say?
Witcher 2, Dandelion.
Oh. I don't know, that's what I'm going to say anyway.
Yeah, because it wouldn't surprise me if it's at the forefront of his mind because it was the Xbox Live game.
Oh,
Games with Gold, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, that's what I think it is. Well, let's have another listen.
Yeah.
She needs me. I can see it in the way she looks at me. All I'd have to do is reach out and take her hand, and she'd be mine. Why am I talking to myself?
Well, look, I don't think Repremi's used that exact sound from that game, but it wasn't too long ago, late last year, that we had one from the same game, but different line.
I've got a sneaking suspicion it's going to be too old.
That is, if I'm right. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. If you think you know what this week's What's That Sound is, send us a message to our Facebook page, and if you're correct, you could get yourself a free game. That's right! It's free! Like a piece of hair that you put on that you pay for, you don't have to pay.
That's right. Just about to say like the oxygen you breathe, but then there's a thing called taxes.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, well, that's the end of What's That Sound. Let's move into Red's Shout.
Yes. Yes. And I'm sitting in a dungeon, and I've been utilising my new desk quite well. Normally I use the sticky note function on my computer, but now I have a pad and pencil. I like it.
Sticky note function?
Yeah, you got sticky notes in the Windows. You got the yellow sticky notes that you can stick to your screen.
What are they called? Sticky notes?
Yeah.
Sticky notes?
Oh, get fucked, Luke. Really?
I just opened it now.
Yeah. It's a widget. A sticky note widget. Yeah.
Enable insights. What does that mean? Okay, I'll enable it. Oh, look at that! Hello, I am a sticky note.
Yeah, podcast on Monday, don't forget. Oh, look, my sticky note says there's a podcast yesterday. Whoops.
Well, I've never...
Oh.
No, I can change the colour of them too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does
Yeah.
3M know about this?
Hey, how long have I known?
No, does 3M know about this?
Oh, I don't know.
I
I smash it.
I didn't know they existed. Well, there you go. There's a bit of information for you.
Shout out to Red.
Yeah, cool. I just put reminders on my phone.
What?
I just put reminders on my phone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If I need to copy and paste something and I don't, I just do it to there. It's a good copy paste tool if you want to copy multiple things or multiple links or sources and shit like that. So, yeah, that's my go-to.
I just use like a text document for that.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Same thing, different way.
Notepad, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in a dark dungeony room at the moment, so I've had to move my pad into a little bit more of an illuminated area, because I've written down why there's the shouts and everything. I am so fucking organised. Here we go. Brendan Brownie Brown, shout out number 1 for a platinum on Nioh. I get the message yesterday. It was like salt in an open wound. I'm very proud of you. Ross Mark, because he shared the podcast post.
Ah, very good. Thanks, Ross.
Not only that, he also jumped in on board and helped us give a little bit more detailed information on the scuff controllers that Bluemouth Interactive are now carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Robert White, because he's like everything.
Yes.
Shared everything. So there's another one. And the last two, but not least, they used the post to the page function, not unlike Brownie and Ross and Robert do in the past, but this week they had, in particular, is Mark Harvey, which needs a bam and a rant and up your bum, cobber, and Trappy Morit. Hang on. I'm going to double check that because that doesn't sound right. No, I write like a dick. I can't even read my writing.
That bloody Mark Harvey, he loves you.
He does?
Yeah, he loves you. He goes...
Can't say I blame him.
He's like, where is that bloke? I want more from him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yes, well, I'll be back. You've been warned. But the last one's Travi Merritt. I didn't quite write it down with my free hand very, very well, but he had a question. He questioned the gamers and needed opinion and needed help, so we got him that. Because that's what we do.
Yep. We were awesome.
So yes, shout out to all you blokes. Thank you so very much, and I hope you are listening. And if you don't, well, send me a message if you get it, or send us a message, or send us a post, or if you want to shout, post to the page. Guaranteed. Yeah, you'll get another one. So thank you very much.
Awesome. All right. I got my notes out of the way because I was playing with the sticky notes. All right, moving on to last words.
Yep, let's do it. I bet you probably got the same one as me, because I probably got mine from you.
You probably did, so I'm going to go first. Shadow of Mordor sequel leak. It leaked overnight, so Monday morning in America, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. Shadow of War was accidentally used as a thumbnail for Shadow of Mordor, like the actual cover art.
Yeah.
Looks genuine as all shit, and it's come from Target. So I wouldn't imagine Target's in the business of doctoring up this shit just for a laugh. I'm pretty sure it would have been an accidental stuff up on the IT department's behalf. But yeah, it looks legit as Shadow of Mordor.
The fact they've got assets like that would suggest that it's not far away from pre-order.
Yeah, that's right. So Shadow of War. It looks pretty cool. There's a fair few people that are pretty keen on it. I am. I enjoyed the first one. It was frustratingly hard, but I understand it a little bit better now, so I reckon I'll definitely be in for the sequel.
Talion and Celebrimbor.
Was it Celebrimbor or Celebrimbor?
Tomato.
But I think they actually pronounced it Keller in the game, didn't they?
Oh, wow. I don't know.
It was a while ago.
I'm taking your word for it. You've got probably a healthier mind than I.
Yeah, if anything, it's a stretch of my memory, but I think that was right, Celebrimbor. If anyone's listening that knows, to save us researching it, just go and comment on the pinned post for us. Or comment on the podcast, whatever. But,
also, I'm really looking forward to a second generation installment of the Nemesis system.
Yes. Yeah, that was a really good system, wasn't it?
Yeah, it worked really well, and because it's lack of better words, because I don't really want to associate with this adjective, but it was basic enough to be understandable and effective.
Yeah.
I'd just like to have a little bit more depth to it, and then it'd really pop.
Imagine what the graphics will look like, because that game was gorgeous back then.
Oh, 4K Pro enhanced.
Yeah.
Or whatever, 4 Pro, PlayStation Pro 4 enhanced. Jesus Christ.
PlayStation 4 too.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's very likely coming. We're probably within the next year, I'd say. Or some stage this year.
If not earlier, yeah, because Warner Brothers haven't done too much lately.
Yeah, it'd be some stage this year, I reckon. All right. Also, I wanted to mention we now have a successfully merged new podcast host. So we previously used Podcast Garden. We've now merged across the Podbean, and it's doing wonders for us. There were a few little hiccups, but I think most of them have been ironed out now. So it's successfully merged on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio now, all up to date. And then there's a couple of feeder platforms out there that I don't personally submit the information to. They go and take it from sources. So I think there was like
Pocket Pod?
Pocket Cast or Pocket Pod or whatever it is. That's not something that I submitted it to, the podcast. They're a feeder. I think they feed from TuneIn. And a lot of these other ones feed from iTunes. So basically, if your thing's on iTunes, it's on this one as well. So all those ones now, they should all be up to date now, because the big three, which is iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn, are all up to date. So all of the feeders off those ones should be up to date now as well.
Yes.
So it was actually it took a little while. It took about a week and a half to get everything across. But the new podcast is across there. So the Podcast Garden links, completely disregard those now. And go across to our new page on Podbean, which is now the pinned post. And it looks pretty. The new Podbean page looks really pretty. Have you seen it?
The new pinned post?
Yeah, have you clicked on the link?
On Podbean. No, I haven't, because I'm special. I get early access.
Well, yeah, but if you go and have a look at the actual Podbean page, it's really pretty. It's got our logo there. It's currently got a Horizon Zero Dawn background on it. I can customize things.
I'm there now.
I can change it up a bit and keep it fresh and looking nice. So it's a really good change for the podcast. But for everyone that uses a podcasting app on their phone, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, any of the other feeder apps, you shouldn't have to do anything. It should have automatically gone across. If you still currently don't have access to episode 160 and this one, 161, then you're probably not listening to this, so it's pointless giving you advice.
Yeah, well, I just went there. Man, we have 397 people have pressed play on last week's show.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to click on it three more times from different 4G devices.
We're actually on Podbean's trending list, I think.
So we should be.
I think it was Podbean. I had a look at some of the trending lists and we were on one of them. I can't remember.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we're doing good. It's going well. So I was a little bit scared and hesitant for the merger, but I think it's under control now. It's working well. And I have altered the title, because it was Aussie Gamers Express. It then changed to Aussie Gamers Express Podcast. I then, with this latest merger, I changed it to the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast. But it was too long. It just got cut off.
Yeah, that is kind of convoluted.
So I've changed it. It should be reading now Aussie Gamers Express Podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just kept it simple. That way it fits. It's not cut off. Still gives you the idea of what we are. And there you go. So, that's it for my last words. You got any more, Red?
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor sequel's coming out. Nah, that's it. That's it. Thanks thanks again for another show, dude. Well, if it wasn't for your astute eye, if I was tasked with putting it across the Podbean, you'd still be listening in analog. So be a little bit thankful there.
Yeah. So. All good is for the podcast, and Aussie Games Express is going well. All right. Well, that's it for the show. Thank you to everyone that's listened and got through to the end of the show where we are now. Appreciate your support, and to everyone that enters What's That Sound every week, thank you too. And that's it. I am Lucas Aurelius, so thank you. See ya.
And I'm red, so bye.
Gadgets. That's it. We are finished for another week. We are packing up our bat and ball and we're going home. If you're keen for more content before the next show, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. And check out our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and every other social network that you can think of. Except that weird one that no one uses. You know the one. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. See you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.